and your leadership. What you have before you, in my respectful submission, is a petition that is dead on arrival.
A blow-by-blow response by the electoral body's legal machinery at the Supreme Court, soughting to discredit claims of massive irregularities in the presidential poll. Senior counsel Paul Mwite leading the IEBC legal team in poking holes in the petition.
That in a dispute relating to presidential elections, the fundamental issue for the court to ascertain is the will of the Kenyan people when they exercise that sovereignty.
IEBC dismissing claims of rigging made by the National Super Alliance through its presidential candidate Raila Odinga and his running mate Kalonzo Musyoka.
That we have demonstrated through the various affidavits that this petition is destitute of merit. And because it is destitute of merit, it should suffer only one fate, the fate of dismissal.
Where there were some instances of something in the nature of evidence has been wholly answered and demonstrated as having been incorrect information, untrue information through us when we were pointing out.
In their submissions today, NASA presented a formula in court that they said was used to maintain a constant lead of 11% between President Kenyatta and Odinga.
We submit that the variance is accounted for by the following. Number one, the diaspora voters were only voting for the presidential candidate. Number two, the prisoners were only voting for the presidential candidate.
According to IEBC, the NASA petition did not challenge results of 40,000 out of 44,833 polling stations, and therefore there was no need to annul the presidential poll.
The Court of Appeal was clear. Once the first respondent had collected 290 Form 34Bs, they could then go on and
polling stations, and some of those polling stations that have been referred to by the petitioner do not exist. My Lord, I ask you, I repeat this for emphasis. Read paragraph 192 and paragraph 200 of Immaculate Kasait's affidavit. Those allegations, those are not gazetted polling stations.
Allegations have to be proved by concrete, admissible evidence. That is something that the petitioners have wholly failed to do.
IEBC wants the judges to dismiss the NASA petition, saying it has not met the legal basis to overturn the outcome of the presidential election.
People of the Republic of Kenya on the 8th day of August did express their will, and the first and second respondent did midwife. Remember, your lordships and your ladyships, ours is midwifery. We delivered a baby. That baby is alive and well. You are being asked to strangle the baby. Decline the invitation. Decline the invitation because the baby is alive and well.
The results as declared, in fact, where there have been posting or transposition errors, we have considered this in the affidavit of Immaculate Kasait, and the respective presiding officers have sworn affidavits explaining the circumstances under which the errors were made. There were innocent mistakes. The numbers are very insignificant to the final result.
IEBC further in its submissions denied claims that some polling stations that streamed results were not gazetted. With 3 days to go before the verdict is delivered, it's upon the judges now to sieve through the submissions and establish whether President Kenyatta was validly re-elected or not. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV, Nairobi.